Cheers, beautiful people. Welcome back to Aged in Oak. My name is John. If you noticed on the thumbnail, we are going to do a weeder blind. I did this blind so that we could kind of compare the more available weeders versus the less than available weeders. The hype versus the, to see if the hype is there for certain ones, and if, whether they live up to the hype. If you noticed in there, we are putting the Weller Special Reserve, the Penelope Wheated, and the Green River Wheated up in a blind together. I'm single blind. I know what's in it, but I don't know which one they're in. My wife took care of that. And we're going to see, Penelope, pretty much, the Penelope and the Green River, depending on where you're at, I'm going to say is in general going to be available pretty much anywhere. And then you have the Weller Special Reserve. It is the low-end Weller, which kind of puts it comparably as far as MSRP and proof with the other two. And but the Weller tends to be fairly, in some areas, in a lot of areas of the country, kind of unavailable. I live in Ohio, so everybody calls Ohio the land of Weller, and when it comes to the Special Reserve, it's pretty available where I am. Not so much the other ones. The Antique 107, for the most part, is more available, and then beyond that, I have to wait for special drops and things like that. So this time we just have this Weller Special Reserve, the Penelope Wheated, and the Green River Wheated. And like I said, I don't know which one these are in. So let's get to this and let's see if the Weller lives up to the hype, and maybe it does, but let's find out. So glass number one. Okay, this has got a sweet nose. Like maybe, I don't know, it might be a little bit of a confectionery sugar on that one. And this is weird because I don't normally get that on the nose of any of these normally. I get a little bit of corn. Let's see what we got on the palate. Oh, okay. Yeah, that one's hit me pretty good. I would say the same thing on the palate. Probably that same confectionery sugar. I get a light spice on it. And that's got to be, it would almost have to be coming from the proof. These being wheateds, there's not going to be any rye in them. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a tingle. But that's a pretty good start. I really like that. Okay. Let's go on to glass number two. Okay, now the sweetness that I got on the nose on this one, I don't get on this one. In fact, I don't really get much on the nose of this one. And that could be my nasal issues. It's kind of why I like with my ranking system, I don't heavily weight the nose because honestly, I don't think I can pull the nose stuff as easily as some other people do. Yeah, I'm not getting a whole lot on this one, but let's get it on the palate. Okay, so not much on the nose, but I'm getting all kinds of stuff on the palate. It is mildly sweet. It's got a little bit of that tingle on this one too. Of course, this is the first thing I've had today, so that could play into that. Let's get another sip here. Okay, now this sweetness comes through as more caramel, and I would assume that that's primarily coming from the barrel. I do get some vanilla. I get a little bit of, I don't know, maybe just a little hint of a fruit on this one. Maybe like a really mild cherry. The finish is really good with this one. Didn't get a whole lot of finish on this one, but the finish is kind of really doing something for me on glass number 2. I would say that right now glass number 2 is out in front of glass number 1. Excuse me, I let something go down wrong. All right, let's get on to glass number 3. Okay, the nose-wise, this one comes in about halfway between these two. It's got more nose than this one, not as much nose as this one. But I mean, as far as the notes, kind of the same. I get a mild sweetness, maybe a little confectionery sugar, maybe the slightest little bit of caramel. Not a whole lot of barrel, but it's a good nose. Okay, now in that moment, I did get a little bit of that cardboard note that I mentioned, and I don't know if you caught that in another video, but after watching some other people's videos, I'm leaning toward that cardboard note being the oak, the barrel. So let's get this on the palate. Oh, wow! That one brings it. Goodness. I mean, proof-wise, they kind of all right about the same. I'm pretty sure the proofs on these are real close, if not all the same. But this one brings a lot on the palate. But okay, this has a lot more caramel than this one did. And that tongue tingle really puzzles me with this not having a lot of proof and a lot of rye. But I get a tongue tingle on this one that I kind of like. Okay, I'm definitely going to put these two out in front of this one. Now I just got to figure out which of these two I like. So let me give it a second, and I'll go back and forth between these two real quick. I will say that I like the palate on 3 maybe a little bit better than the palate on 2, but the finish on 2 is better than the finish on 3. So now I just got to figure out which I like better in regards to that. So let's go back into number 2 here real quick. Okay. Okay. Now this one. Okay. Yeah, I think I still like the palate on number 3 better. And I guess if I had to choose between the palate and the finish, I would probably go with the palate. If it had both, it would be a no-brainer. But right now, I think I'm going to go like this. We're going to go with the winner being number 3, second place being number 2, and last place being number 1. So if my lovely assistant, my wife Desiree, will tell me what pour number 1 is, that's our third place.
Green River Wheated Bourbon Whiskey.
Really? The number 1 is Green River. That's wild, because I expected that to really do better than that. That's a surprise, because the Green River Wheated is a really good pour. But I guess it's an any given Sunday kind of thing, because it's not doing it for me today. So okay. So second place is pour number 2. What's pour number 2?
Weller Special Reserve, the original bourbon.
Okay. Number 2 is the Weller Special Reserve. The reason I'm laughing is anybody that's watched me for more than 10 minutes knows I'm a Penelope fan, and I'm really happy. I'm not really surprised, but I'm really happy that the number 1 is the Penelope Wheated. So, having said that, as far as I know, they're really close on the price. So the Green River is coming in about $35, I believe, for a fifth, and the Weller, I believe you're going to get in Ohio. It's going to come in, I believe, about $27, but that's in Ohio. You're outside of Ohio, you're looking at least twice that on secondary. The takeaway from me is this: everybody loves Weller, but I don't necessarily know that it's always because it's better. Sometimes I think it has to do with the concept that it's Weller, it's allocated. Because it's allocated, it brings a higher price, and then people put it at a different level. And that's one of the reasons I like to do these blind, because I love Buffalo Trace. Don't get me wrong, I love Buffalo Trace. I'm getting ready to review my first bottle of Stag ever, and it's a great bottle. Buffalo Trace makes good stuff, but just because it's Buffalo Trace doesn't necessarily mean it's better than everything else. And sometimes I think that people will see that Buffalo Trace or that Weller name and will automatically kind of raise it up. I want to know which one's the best. And honestly, it doesn't surprise me that as much as I love Penelope, that Penelope came in first. I've got a lot of time drinking Penelope, and I couldn't automatically identify that. I was honestly worried that I was going to have one of those matters of, the any given Sunday kind of thing, where the Penelope for some reason was going to come in last. But I'm kind of happy to know that my love for Penelope shown through in that regard. I really thought that the Green River would do better. I kind of expected the Weller to be in last place. To my taste, I guess today, Green River is just not doing it for me. The Weller, it's good, but for me, it's just not as good as it could be. I tend to think less of this particular Weller because it is kind of the low end. I'm happy that I could do this blind, because I don't want that to play into this whole thing. Having said that, the winner of the day is the Penelope Wheated, which to me doesn't surprise me. I find this quite enlightening, and I like the fact that I got the Penelope as the winner. Until next time, find a bottle, whether it's the Green River or it's the Weller Special Reserve or it's the Penelope Wheated. Find one of these that you love, share it with your friends, and until next time, cheers, friends.